Chelsea have gone crashing out of the Champions League. What's going on, everyone? It's the True Geordie back again, and Chelsea have drawn 2-2 at home with PSG, who've gone through on away goals. Now, usually I'm an Englishman. I'm going to want the English teams to win. Yeah, I give them a lot of grief. All of them will get it from me on any day that they don't perform in a Premier League review. However, I do want them to win. But as this game went on, as the bullshit went against PSG, after they tried to play football against the anti-football of Jose Mourinho, after they had a player, the best player, sent off after half an hour and then proceeded to play 90 minutes extra in extra time, down to 10 men, and still trying to play football with passion, courage, determination. At the end, you know what us English people are like? We want the person who deserves to win, and that English shit had gone, and I thought, you know what it is? PSG, they deserve to win, and I hope they fucking do go through, and they did. And honestly, the first half, there wasn't a lot going on. It was a very tight game, as you'd expect for Jose Mourinho, but he said he was going to go out and attack the game, and they didn't attack the game. If anything, the passing was far crisper from PSG, and they looked like they were controlling the midfield. Yeah, Hazard was causing problems down the left-hand side for Chelsea, but PSG, I thought, with 11v11, were going to go on to win the game the way it started in the first half an hour. However, that was due for a big change because of the referee. There was a 50-50 challenge. Now, I've got to say, Oscar goes in against Zlatan Ibrahimovic. He wins the ball. Was Oscar stood showing? A few people were suggesting that. After he'd won the ball, his foot had seemed to turn up and his studs were showing. But I don't think that was malice from him. But I don't think it was malice from Zlatan either. His eyes were locked on that ball the whole time. He was trying to win it. And in real time, it might have seemed malicious because he went in so quickly. But he never went through the lad. He never went to harm the lad. And for me, I wouldn't have even given a yellow. But I mean, at most a yellow because it was such a quick challenge. But I don't think it was a real harmful challenge. However, Oscar rolls around like a little fucking bitch. You see it every week now, any league you watch practically. And the Chelsea players turn around to the referee and they are hounding the referee. And you can tell that this referee has no fucking clue about football. He doesn't belong anywhere near the biggest stage of them all in the Champions League, let alone Premier League. He doesn't belong anywhere near that level. He turns around, gives in instantly. Oh, well, it must be a red card then. He looked like he went in quickly. Well, did he actually hurt him? Did he actually really touch him? No, he didn't actually. But they don't get the benefit of the replay, so he's got his red card out before he's even had time to think. It's a sending off. PSG's best player is off. They're down to 10 men, half an hour into the game, and idiotic decisions like this are what cost people their jobs in football. They are what change, you know, potential Champions League winners into Champions League losers. Critical decision from the referee, and he fucked it up big time. Now, there was another big decision to be made in the second half. Diego Costa dribbles into the box. He beats four men. He does very well. He's a pain in the arse, but when he wants to go like this, he can really fucking go. And Cavani sticks a leg out as he's in the box. Diego Costa catches his leg on Cavani, and he could have easily stayed on his feet. I just want to make that clear right now. He could have kept running, but he decides, all right, I've been clipped. It's quite an obvious clip. It was a foul, but he could have stayed on his feet is all I'm saying. He goes down. It should have been a penalty. Fair play. Definitely should have been a penalty. The referee does not give it. Costa is going mental. He's kicking. He's screaming. He's like a fucking 2-year-old kid. So that doesn't get given. It's half time. But even at half time, you're thinking, Howie, you've got down to 10 men now, Chelsea. You've got to go after them. You've got to attack them, and you've got to close them down and finish them off. And that didn't happen. It really didn't happen. It was so stop-start, choppy. It was as if Chelsea were playing with 10 men. They were defending, and PSG was still coming out trying to attack, and Pastore set up a very good chance for Cavani. Down the left-hand side, Cavani runs into the position where Ivanovic should be. How many times this season on Chelsea reviews have I said Ivanovic out of position? Same story again. Cavani gets the ball through. Cahill wasn't really in the best position either. Ramirez is tracking back, can't get on him. Cavani is one-on-one with the keeper against Courtois, but you still fancy Courtois. He's an amazing keeper. Cavani turns him, drops the shoulder. He takes Courtois out the occasion completely, but the ball doesn't come to his left foot quick enough. He hits it, it hits off the near post, and then it looks like it's going in, but it bends round the far post. Unbelievable. And it doesn't go in. And for the next 25 minutes, I've got to be honest, it was like watching a game of yellow cards where football was getting in the way. There was more yellow cards and more fouls getting given and stop shit than actually playing football. It was terrible, but it was textbook Jose Mourinho football. Then the yellows were coming big time, but Fabregas gets the corner. He knocks it in. John Terry heads it back towards the penalty spot, and of all people, Cahill is there. It's on the half volley. He smashes it in, and it's a goal. But as a neutral, I was like, fucking hell. Feel really sorry for PSG. They deserve at least at least to go through. They really do deserve to go through. Chelsea looked like they'd smashed and grabbed. Textbook Jose Mourinho. It's all over. But there was one man who had other ideas, and it was the man who basically was told, we don't want you here. David Luiz, because only 6 minutes later, PSG had a corner. David Luiz, he runs onto it with an absolute bullet header. Unbelievable. Alan Shearer would be proud of that fucker. Smashes it on, and it's in the back of the net. He runs off celebrating. It's 1-1. It's going to extra time. And this is where, really, to be fair, actually, I have to say one more thing. Costa did appeal for a penalty. That was never a fucking penalty. He was really pissed off. He'd already been booked for a tackle from behind, kind of from the side, from behind, on Silva, which was worse than anything Zlatan did. That was a yellow card. Then he doesn't get his penalty. The referee runs away, right? Before anything happens, Costa then pushes Marquinhos down, who would kind of come together with him, but the penalty wasn't given. And that's a yellow card. Costa should have been off instantly. The referee was too busy running at the halfway line. Another big mistake from the referee. Full time. We'll get to extra time now. And PSG, the legs are going. You're then starting to see the difference. Chelsea got a bit more energy, got the extra man. All that time playing down to 10 men is taking its toll. And really, Silva loses a bit of concentration, in my opinion. A Costa cross comes in. Zuma goes to head it, and for some reason, Silva's got his hand in the fucking air, giving it the big wave into the fucking crowd. He handballs it. Now, I don't know if it actually hit his hand. It really looked like it was like a millimetre away. It might have hit his hand. I'm not going to complain. I'm assuming it did, because Silva did not complain that much either. It's a penalty, and Eden Hazard, credit to him, he looked really sharp all game. I've given him a bit of criticism, but he looked on his game today, and he slotted that penalty away right next to the keeper as if it was nothing. So, 2-1, you're thinking Chelsea have done it again. They've got out of jail. It looks like they're going to close the game out. More corners coming later on in the game, though. PSG don't look like they've got the energy, but Silva gets a header on it, and he actually forces one of the most amazing saves from Courtois. One-handed save, 22 minutes into extra time, and you're thinking, fucking hell, that is it. There's no way they can possibly have another chance as good as that. But the corner comes in again, and this was amazingly bad defending, in my opinion, anyway. You've got John Terry, Mark and Silva. Obviously, Silva, the danger man from the last corner. And Cahill runs towards Terry and he grabs hold of him and takes him away from Silva. I'm thinking, what the fuck are you doing? That's your captain. He's marking their most dangerous header of the ball. That gives Silva the space he needs. He's about 12 yards out. Really difficult. And he heads it back towards goal. It loops in over Courtois. It's 2-2. It's the winner. Unbelievable scenes. Fair play to PSG. They deserved it. The determination, the 90 minutes with 10 men. No way can anyone, I don't care if you're the most hardcore Chelsea fan in the world, can take anything away from what PSG did today. Unbelievable. Chelsea, on the other hand, the defending from set pieces was piss poor. I've said all season, Matic needs a partner in centre midfield. He's left to do too much on his own. He couldn't compete with the PSG midfield. And I've also been saying Oscar, for me, needs to do more. Willian needs to do more. Yes, occasionally they'll do something in games. That's not true for every single game. But for the majority of the season, have they been up to scratch for a team as good as Chelsea? Fuck no. And that was no different today. And for me, Oscar was twat of the match. His first half was fucking pathetic. So, man of the match, you could give it to a million different fucking PSG players, honestly. They were all brilliant. They all tried their best. Maybe apart from Zlatan, who really had half an hour of nothing. But I'm going to give it to David Luiz, coming back to his old club. Maybe that's more of the emotional nostalgia thing, but to see him do what he did, to get that header back and to keep dragging them in, and Silva kept them in line. We've seen what he can do wrong, but he did a lot right today, so I'm going to give him man of the match. Let me know what you thought of this unbelievable Champions League game in the comments below. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, and don't forget, all the Premier League, more Champions League is going to be right here on the True Geordie YouTube channel. Hit that subscribe button, and Thursday, the Premier League preview show right here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.